Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Today is Wednesday, May 8th, and we're going to be taking a look at what all wants to come in for you from God, Spirit, the Divine. So we'll start and we'll take a look at the energy for the collective in general, and then go sign grouping by sign grouping. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. I will be posting some additional readings this week, like the pick a pile ones, twin flame readings, things like that. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to be alerted as to when those new videos post. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what all is coming through for the collective for today. All right, so we have one that jumped. We have the Ace of Wands. Oh, two of those stuck together. Three of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and I'll draw one more. And Seven of Swords in reverse. So your Ace of Wands energy, this is about something new and creative that wants to come in, some sort of exciting new beginning. Three of Pentacles is like you're in reverse, is kind of like you're feeling like you're kind of out of step and out of sync with other people, like you're out on your own. The collaboration part that we see when we're in the upright, sometimes that's also seen as like twin flames coming into mission together, because you have divine masculine, divine feminine, and spirit all coming together. But in the reverse like this, it's a little bit of that sense of, kind of like conflict, or you're out on your own, like a sense of apathy, like you don't have that collaboration and that teamwork. For our Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is about kind of moving on from some of these obstacles, like overcoming adversity. And sometimes it has an element of forgiveness to it, depending on what the situation is. That can either be forgiving somebody else or forgiving yourself. Then when we have our Seven of Swords in reverse, this is going to be about confession or remorse. It has to do with like your conscience. So if there's been something, either somebody's coming towards you with an apology, or you're confessing to something, you're apologizing to somebody else. So as that goes along with the moving on, they kind of go hand in hand. Like maybe if you've been in a position where you just kind of feel stuck, it could be that you haven't been able to move on because either you have something that's weighing on you that needs to be, gotten off your chest, or somebody else is withholding information. They're lying. There's something going on, like that there's something going on, but they just haven't admitted it to you. So once they do, then it's kind of like, oh, this weight is lifted. You have a sense of moving on. And then that can help bring in this exciting new beginnings. So let's go ahead and take a look at what specifically is coming in for each of the sign groupings. And we will start with our water signs. Let's see what wants to come through for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right. We have the Hermit. So this is going to be that period of like self-imposed reflection, kind of looking within, going for that inner wisdom, kind of the going up on the mountaintop to see what it is that you need to learn, and then you're going to be shining a light for other people to be able to follow. And this could be about also learning how to trust your intuition. If this has to do with somebody else coming in and offering a confession to you, an apology, like showing remorse that, they shouldn't have done something, and you have the opportunity then to forgive and move on and kind of bury this rivalry that's coming up. That will give you that fresh start. And sometimes that requires a little bit of kind of that soul searching, being out on your own, kind of doing that soul searching and not being pressured one way or the other by external forces. So let's pull one more card as it relates to this situation for you. The Hierophant in reverse. You could be breaking out of traditional structures, thinking outside of the box. It could be different job scenarios, different, maybe if you're in a long-term committed relationship or a marriage, like, okay, can I break that norm? What does that look like for me to step into my truth? Then we have meditate and contemplate. So this goes really well with the Hermit card. the colors are definitely matching up there. So there is this sense of, really needing to go within and work through whatever this conflict or rivalry is. For some of you, I feel like this is probably a work situation. Like there's this sense of rivalry, and maybe somebody was doing something kind of underhanded, and, they're confessing that, and then you're able to move on from whatever that work situation is to having some new creative opportunity. For others of you, this might be a third party situation where, there's some rivalry and some conflict there. So let's see what other cards are coming up here for you. The edge of evolution feels messy. As you grow, and your life changes, your situations change, it's going to feel messy. So, it was from that movie Hope Floats years ago with Sandra Bullock in it. And I can't remember the exact quote. Was something like, endings are usually sad, beginnings are usually scary, but it's the middle part. So this edge of evolution, that would be the end of something, the beginning of something new. And it does feel messy sometimes as you're trying to figure out what do you need to do to get your bearings? How do you get your feet under you? But have the faith and trust that you are moving in the right direction, even if this period right exactly at the moment feels kind of messy. All right, and let's take a look at your spirit animal. For our water signs, we have cat. Independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. And this is, with cats, that independent energy, I just envision, cats kind of the don't really care, knock stuff off, they're just going to do what they're going to do. So that sort of energy. And I feel like that goes really nicely here with the Hierophant in reverse, about breaking free of the mold of whatever this traditional inside of the box thinking is that's kind of kept you feeling like you're not exactly in the place that you want to be. So that was for our water signs. Now let's take a look at our air signs, which is our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What wants to come through for you in today's message? The World in reverse. I think this came out for you yesterday as well. I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure this came out for you yesterday. And the World in reverse it's kind of that sense of like clinging to the past, that, there's a cycle that needs to end, but you're holding on to something and you're not really moving on. And let's pull another card as it relates to, this scenario. All right, the one that jumped, we have Knight of Pentacles, and I'll pull one more. And then Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lot of pentacle energy out here. All right, so Knight of Pentacles and then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is going to be that hardworking type of energy, but then the Queen in reverse is kind of that greedy, selfish. So it's kind of like this push and pull, like you want this new beginning to come in, but there's still this energy of, no, but I don't want to give up what I already have, even though you're looking forward to, okay, how do I build this new future? How do I create this life that I want? And a lot of times that involves letting go of something you have already that is a little bit lackluster. And so it's kind of like, yeah, I want this. It's this image is flashing into my mind. It's like you have this old rundown car that, you're like, yeah, it's not really very dependable. So you go out and you buy a new car, but then you're at that point where you need to trade in the old one so that you can get the new one. And it's like, but that's my old car. I want to keep that car. And so it's kind of like, well, but wait a second, but you have this new car and you're excited about this new car. So you need to be able to let go of the old one. So there's a little bit of that push and pull, because we do have this, sense of like hard work. You've been moving towards it, but there's still something that you're holding on to in the past. It does look like with this sense of, and I think I said this in the water signs, that for some of you, this Three of Pentacles in reverse, this conflict or rivalry, it could be a third party situation, and that you're moving on from a third party situation, like something's going to come to light, or since this also has to do with either confessions, remorse, consciousness, like your conscience may be like, I don't know. I don't know that this is the right place for me anymore. So there's that sense of, you want this exciting new beginning, but you're still clinging to something that's not really serving you or not really making you happy. So let's take a look and see what the Moon Oracle card is for you. Believe in the impossible. And this it might be that some of you are holding on to whatever, if you are in a third party situation, you're holding on to that hope of, well, but maybe it'll change, maybe it'll work out, and believe in the impossible. So for some of you that could be the case, that you just need to, persevere a little bit longer. And it can also be just believing in the fact that there is that happiness for you. So a lot of it on this journey is about growth and ascension and self-discovery and all of that. And so once you can believe that, yes, anything is possible, it'll keep you from being locked into a certain narrative that keeps looping over and over again. Because if you are dead set locked in that looping narrative, your situation is going to continue to loop as well. Because you're going to be looking for evidence to support what's been going through your mind over and over and over again. Gratitude, again. So make sure throughout this whole process, as you're trying to figure out, okay, do I cling to this past? What do I do with that? How do I let go of that? Make sure that you're being grateful. And if you're doing your journaling, make sure that what you're journaling in your gratitude section isn't just, I'm grateful for all the wonderful experiences. If things seem tough, make sure that you're grateful for those too, because those are helping you grow. They're helping you to learn, where is there still healing that needs to be done? Where could I show up more effectively, or, show up stronger for myself, things like that. So make sure that you're also grateful for the experiences that some would consider to be bad or rough experiences. All right. And your animal card, your spirit animal card is Orca Whale. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. And this is really going with this believe in the impossible. So you are more powerful than you realize. And part of this is, what is it that you're manifesting? What is it that you're trying to pull into reality? So make sure that you're deliberate with your thoughts and keeping your energy going in the right direction, and that you're manifesting from a place of gratitude and from a place of power, not from a place of lack or despair. All right. Now we are on to our fire signs, which is our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got for you. We have Temperance in reverse. This means that there's an imbalance somewhere. So for those of you on a twin flame journey, Temperance is Archangel Michael, and he is the keeper of the twins. And that's a situation where take a look and see, where are things really out of balance in your life. So if you have a situation of this sense of conflict or rivalry, what do you need to do to bring that into balance? Like, so that this isn't a zero-sum game. How do you make this a win-win for you and other people around you? This confession or remorse, this could be, somebody else is telling you information that's helping you to be able to see things differently, to bring things into balance. We do have the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is about some little bit of like irresponsibility when it comes to your resources. And remember, resources can be your money, but it can also be your time and your energy. And this coming up with the Temperance in reverse is, where are you spending your time? Where are you spending your energy? What are you focusing it on? And that's leading to this imbalance in your life. Are you focusing your energy on your rivalries? Or are you focusing your energy on what makes you happy? What makes you joyful? What, raises your vibration? So where are you focusing that on? because you want to be focusing your energy and your time and your resources here on this new exciting opportunity. That's where it should be going. Like, move on from this conflict and this rivalry, this place where you feel like you're on edge and you have your emotional or energetic barriers up because you know that you're at odds with somebody. So being able to be calmly in your natural state and not have to be all boundaried, guarded, and all of that. Like, you don't have to have your walls up. It's such a different sense of deep peace. The interesting thing, so the air signs had, I think it was Knight and Queen of Pentacles. Here's King of Pentacles. So there's lots of pentacle energy out there in the reading today. It's time to release negativity. So again, that idea of where are you putting your energy? Are you, from an imbalance perspective, are you spending a disproportionate amount of your time with this conflict or rivalry? So it's kind of the idea of, what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the attention, and why are you dumping all of your good time, energy, money, attention into something that's causing you all of this grief? Like, release that negativity so that you can, move on. This is that card of moving on. How can you shift your focus from, I'm constantly putting out a fire here. Like, you put out a fire, then the person starts a fire, pours gasoline on it, strikes a match, and boom, there it goes again. And now you have to go over there and put the fire out. And then they just keep sitting there with the gas can, and they just keep putting the more gas on it, and boom, lights it up again. Like, why do you want to keep doing that? If there's another opportunity for you to find peace and happiness and alignment, rise. So this is that card, like, rise up, bring balance into your life, and allow your vibration to rise by saying, I deserve peace. I deserve happiness. I deserve love. I deserve respect. And if situations aren't affording you those or giving you those feelings, stop rewarding them with that energy. Kind of the whole thing of, like, when you say to kids, I don't reward bad behavior, Oh, so you're going to stomp your feet at the grocery store because you want a toy. Okay, shh, here, I'll give you a toy. Like, no. Because otherwise we're just going to keep stomping their feet. Your spirit animal card is horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. This is, freedom and releasing negativity. So look at those purples in there. You will get that sense of freedom and fulfillment when you release that negativity that's keeping you trapped in this rivalry. It's keeping you trapped in that apathy, gloom, rivalry, like that dull energy. All right. And then last but not least, we have our earth sign. So that is going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's take a look and see what all messages we have coming through for you. The devil. So today there's this devil energy coming in. That could either be you sitting in that devil energy where, you feel like you're just being sucked into, whatever's keeping you off your path. We have our 5 of Cups and 3 of Cups. So, the interesting thing is with the 3 of Cups card, which 3 of Cups is usually about celebration and friendship, and then your 5 of Cups is usually about sadness and grief. It's almost like you thought that you were celebrating because you have the 3 cups, but then moving over here, your 3 cups are knocked down. And, there are still 2 cups standing. When you look at the 5 of Cups, there are still 2 cups that are standing, but the focus is on, oh, what am I losing? What am I losing? And this is kind of that whole thing of, this was coming up as the examples in a couple of other reads that I just did today for the different groupings, but it's almost like, okay, so, this focus is on the wrong thing. Like, if you were going and buying a new car and you were so excited about it, and then it's like, oh, here, and the keys to your old car, and you're like, oh, wait a second. But that's my car. And it's like, no, but you're getting a new car. Like, you just have to trade in the old one. And it's like, oh, but I don't know. I don't know about letting go of that. That's like what this Five of Cups is like, where you're focusing on, but I'm losing my old car, this car that I have so much history with, this car that, but it's old and it's not reliable anymore. It's not doing what it needs to do anymore. You need to get a new car. And so, you need to focus on, the two cups that are standing, the new car. But there's this devil energy of, but I just want to cling on to this for me. It's not serving me, but I want to cling on to it for me. And that's a little bit, this with this conflict and rivalry that you're being baited into it to some extent, like, kind of the whole idea of like with little kids, negative attention is better than no attention at all. So almost like this worry of, yeah, but if I let go of this, even though this isn't serving me anymore, am I going to get no attention at all? So, that's what you need to move on from. And, if there is some sort of a confession coming through here with your Seven of Swords in reverse, this confession or remorse, like, letting that come through. Like the devil energy is going to say, no, don't confess anything. Like, no, try to control it all. But really, I guess advice from spirit with that would be, you need to break free from that devil energy. What is keeping you from moving on? Like, what is keeping you from this new path? And it's clinging to the old. It's focusing on the three cups that are knocked over instead of what you'd be gaining by removing some of this. Your commitment is being tested. And this is, kind of that idea of what energy do you want to sit in? Do you want to sit in this rivalry? Do you want to sit in this, apathy? Is that the energy that you want to sit in? Or do you want to rise up and say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to choose a path that's my highest good. Changes. So changes need to come in, and it's a matter of, do you let them come in? And, there's some good changes here. I mean, this is good, positive energy. This is celebration, like celebrating the change that's happening, because then with that, you get this excitement, you get this new beginning. There's, creative, good energy that wants to come in, but, you have to stop fighting it. Like, let the three cups that are knocked over in the Five of Cups picture, like let those three be knocked over, and just focus on your two that are standing, and what do you want to do with those two that are standing? And your card. Your spirit animal is polar bear, mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. And this one, this whole idea of challenges make you stronger. It's true. These are the learning things. Like, you're here on this planet in this incarnation to learn and to grow. And you typically don't learn and grow unless you have some challenges that are put forth in front of you. It was an interesting experiment that I had been reading about. And the idea of, if you put a tree in this perfectly created biome, or biodome, like where you're controlling for pests, you're controlling for these huge temperature fluctuations, you're controlling for wind and, like all sorts of stuff like that. And so they were growing these trees under this biodome, and actually those trees ended up being weaker than the ones that were naturally growing out in the forest, because the ones naturally in the forest, they have to fight with other trees. They have to dig, or they have to grow deeper roots. They have to grow taller. They have to be stronger so the wind doesn't knock them over. So when you do too much, well, I'm not going to move outside of my comfort zone, you're really not growing. You're really not as strong as you could be if you were facing some of these challenges and overcoming them. So, so that is the message for our earth signs. And I hope that you found today's message to be helpful. But as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.